Did you know that there is a golden career pathway for all those number lovers and statistics lovers out there? A career pathway which is forgotten but has great pay scale and great scope in India too. Well, before we delve deeper into this career pathway, let me introduce myself to all of you. I am CMA Mrudula, the founder of KaizenEdu, a non-profit community providing commerce career services to students and professionals in India. I will be releasing videos on a monthly basis on commerce career options, on how to choose a career pathway and more. Please do like my video, subscribe to my channel and share with all your friends. So the course that we're going to talk about today is Actuary. So what is Actuary? What is the role of an Actuary? Actuary is an interdisciplinary role. It involves using subjects such as mathematics, statistics, economics, finance and risk management to assess and solve problems. Let us understand this better with a simple health insurance example. So your family would have taken a health insurance for themselves, including for you. So how does it work on the customer's side? You approach an insurance company, well, not literally, but for the example's sake, you approach an insurance company, you buy an insurance policy with the promise to pay regular premiums on monthly, quarterly or annual basis. In return, you get a promise from them that they will bear your medical expenses when you claim, right? So you could claim medical expenses, say for example, a cataract eye surgery. What happens on the company side? So you walk in as a customer and you buy a policy, you promise to pay regular premiums, and in return the company promises that they will bear your medical expenses whenever you claim, which means the company has to be ready with any amount that you could claim at any point of time. You could claim 50,000 or you could claim 5 lakh, you could claim in the next 3 months or you could claim after 5 years. But they should be ready with whatever amount you claim at whatever point of time. How would they be able to do that? How would they be able to expect what amount you could claim at what point of time? Now that exactly is the role of an actuary. An actuary helps the company to assess the risk of every customer, which means assess an amount that they could claim and at the point of time that they could claim, which enables the company to set aside the money that they would have to reimburse to the customer whenever they claim. Yes, so actuaries play a very important role in the profitability of insurance companies. If this sounds interesting to you, then this video is definitely for you. Okay, what are the course pathways for you to pursue a career as an actuary? There are broadly 2 course pathways, one being the IAI pathway, another being the master's pathway. We shall go deeper into the IAI pathway first. What is IAI? IAI is the Institute of Actuaries of India. IAI conducts exams, provides qualification certificates and governs a body of members. It is a professional body which was set up by an act passed by the government of India. So if you choose this pathway, you choose to give exams on a regular basis conducted by the IAI, eventually to become a member of IAI. You may immediately get a question of why should you become a member of IAI, how is it beneficial and so on. We will be discussing on the pros and cons of both the pathways a little later in the video. Now coming back to the IAI pathway, the first step is for you to register yourself as a student of IAI. And for that there are 2 routes. The first route is called the ACET route, the second is called the direct entry route. ACET route. ACET is an entrance exam which consists of 70 multiple choice questions, and on passing this exam you can register yourself as a student of IAI. This exam tests knowledge on subjects such as mathematics, statistics, data interpretation, English and logical reasoning. The basic eligibility for ACET exam is you should have appeared for 10+2 exams. Even if you are awaiting for results, it is okay, you can give the ACET exam. The second route is the direct entry route. Direct entry means you can directly register yourself as a student of IAI without giving ACET entrance exam. which means you can take up the direct entry route when you're exempt from ACET exams. Now, who is exempt from ACET exams? It is slightly a long list, but don't worry, it will be appearing on the screen for you to refer and note down. So if you fall under any of these categories, you are exempt from ACET exam, you can directly register yourself as a student of IAI. Now, here I would like to give a small career tip. To become a student of IAI, it is suggested that you do so after a relevant bachelor's and, if possible, some work experience as well. Now, depending on the bachelor's that you choose, you may still have to give an ACET exam. It depends on the list whether you are eligible for an exemption, but the bachelor's degree will help you get more idea of the subject, and the work experience will help you decide if actuary is something that interests you and if actuary is something that is right for you. Okay, moving on. After admission as a student of IAI, there are, if I'm right, around 15 exams for you to give to become a member of IAI. We shall look into the steps in detail. The first step is called core principal step, and it has 11 exams, 7 subjects. The exams are divided into 3 modules. After you pass this first step, the second step you move on to is called the core practice step. You have 5 exams of 3 subjects. Now, after you have passed all the papers of the second step as well, you can register yourself as an associate member of IAI, and you can use the letters AIAI as a suffix to your name. A small career tip here. As an associate member itself, you will gain great scope in the industry. The next 2 steps, there are 2 more steps of exams involved. The next 2 steps gives you specialization and gives you faster growth, more pay, and also the benefit of practicing as an actuary in the future. Now, coming back to your third step in the pathway. The third step is called the specialty principles step, where you have to choose 2 subjects out of 7. You will have various specialty options like health insurance, general insurance, life insurance, and so on. The fourth and final step is called the specialty advanced step, where you have to choose just 1 subject out of 5, again a specialty subject. Now, one aspect here is you can give both the third and the fourth step exams at the same time. You need not have passed the third step to go to the fourth one. You can give the exams at the same time. After passing all the exams and after completing an Indian fellowship seminar and after proving 3 years of work experience, actuarial work experience, you can be registered as a fellow member of IAI, and you can use the letters FIAI as a suffix to your name. That was certainly a long pathway, but definitely worth it. Another career tip here. It is strongly recommended that you take all the exams of IAI, starting from the first step, alongside a job. The IAI promotes a model of knowledge and application. According to the model, it is very important that you apply the knowledge that you gain through exam preparation into your job so that you become stronger in the subjects and you also understand the application of theoretical knowledge that you have gained. This is a very important skill as an actuary that you have to develop. Another aspect is that after you have completed all the exams, you have to prove 3 years of work experience to register yourself as a fellow membership. So doing this, pursuing the exams alongside a job, helps you achieve that as well. Okay, now we shall be looking into the other pathway, that is the master's pathway. So under the master's pathway, after you have completed a relevant bachelor's, you go on to pursue a master's to gain more skills rather than registering yourself as a student of IAI. What master's can you pursue? That is, in what discipline can you pursue master's? You can pursue a master's or an MSc in statistics, mathematics, or actuarial sciences from reputed institutes such as Bharatiya University, Amity University, Annamalai University, Gurugram University, to name a few. Now, this pathway is little less known. There are not many universities providing masters in actuarial studies and related subjects, just so that you know. So the burning question, this or that, which pathway should you pursue to have a career as an actuary, the IAI pathway or the master's pathway? Well, we shall be looking into the pros and cons of each pathway to weigh down which is the best for you. So why the IAI pathway? First, the plus points. Becoming a member of IAI requires perseverance and hard work. It requires you to give various exams, in the process of which you gain a lot of technical knowledge, and hence IAI members are considered very knowledge-worthy, are in great demand, and are also offered great pay scale by companies. Now this means the growth in hierarchy and pay scale is faster in the corporates. Now, IAI pathway, as we have already seen, is a knowledge and application based. Hence, by the time you qualify as an IAI member, you are strong in your subject, theory and application as well. And also, by the time any student takes up the third step, the student is already in managerial position in the job. Another plus point is there are very few fellow members in the country, and that adds on to the demand for members in the country. As a member of IAI, you can practice as an actuary, which means you can run your own office, your own firm, you can have your own clients who could be insurance companies and corporates alike. You could have your own independence. Now, if you want to go global sometime in the future, you have various benefits as a fellow member of IAI. We shall be exploring this a little bit later in the video. The minus points are obvious, I think. It is a long pathway to become a member of IAI, and it requires a lot of exams. It could take somewhere between 4 years or sometimes even 8 years. So if taking regular exams for a period of 4 to 8 years is not your cup of tea, you may want to rethink whether IAI pathway is suitable for you or not. Another important aspect in pursuing IAI pathway is you have to balance work and studies a lot. The pros and cons of master's pathway. First of all, master's pathway is straightforward. You get admitted as a student in a university, and at the end of 2 years, you are provided with a master's qualification. But the minus point is that to gain the hierarchy and pay scale, it takes a little longer in comparison to IAI members. It is only if you want to compare with the IAI members, but you can amp up your career portfolio by doing a PhD post your masters. A minus point that you could definitely consider is that you cannot practice as an actuary without a membership of IAI. Another burning question is, actuary is really for you? Well, actuarial studies is for those who are really interested to work with numbers. It is all about numbers. It is for those who are really interested in and are good at mathematics, statistics, and economics. And certainly it is for those who are passionate about the work and are willing to consistently put efforts to develop their skills, because this career pathway is certainly not the one that ends with bachelor's. What is the scope of an actuary in India? So even with a bachelor's degree in actuarial studies or related subjects, there is a great scope in insurance company, business consultancy firms and corporates. The pay scale starts from around 4 lakh INR per annum. An average pay scale of an experienced actuary could be around 10 lakh INR per annum, but this widely varies depending on the pathway that you choose, whether the IAI pathway or the master's pathway. As a fellow member, you can even practice as we saw above, and the pay scale as a practicing actuary, sky is the limit. What is the scope internationally? Now, I had mentioned earlier that fellow members of IAI have a benefit of going global. Now, we shall be delving deeper into this aspect here. The IAI has MOU with various international institutes across the globe. Now, this is to allow global exchange of talent and movement of qualified actuaries. So, IAI has MOUs with Institute of Actuary of Australia, the Casualty Actuarial Society of USA, Institute and Faculty of Actuaries of the UK. All the three institutes have stated that they will directly provide fellow membership to fellow members of IAI by doing what? By applying and proving necessary work experience, which varies from 1 year to 3 years depending on the country. Australia in addition requires the applicant to have been residing in Australia for a minimum period of 6 months and to have gained actuarial work experience in that period. Post the 6 months, the applicant can apply and obtain fellow membership on proving the work experience. So which basically means that if you're a fellow member of IAI, you can simply apply to any of the institutes in the globe, specifically these three, and obtain a fellow membership there by proving your work experience. So that allows an ease to start your career in any of these countries, namely USA, UK and Australia. You could very well get this question: why is it important to become a fellow member of the institute of that country to start a career there? Well, that's a valid question. I'd like to highlight that this fellow membership that you could gain under the institute of that country will amp up your acceptance by corporates in that country, because your knowledge and your work experience will be vetted, will be checked according to their expectations and requirements. In addition to that, as a qualified actuary in that country, you can undersign various documents. It gives you more authority. And also it opens up to the opportunity of practicing in that country as well as a qualified member of the Actuarial Institute there. Well, we have seen all about this career and I hope I have given you enough idea. Through this video, my aim is to educate you all about a career as an actuary and to explore various course pathways. Any further questions, you can please post it in the comments below and I will try to answer it at the earliest. To choose actuary or not comes down to your subject interest, your passion and skills. You do not have to rush to make a career choice. Please take time and trial and error, as I have repeatedly mentioned in the video as well. As I always say, career is not a race to reach a destination. Career is about doing something that you love and learning every single day. Choose only if your heart is in it.